All right, good ball game. Both teams I thought played well. Both pitchers, pitched it very well. The difference for us obviously is we weren't able to capitalize on our hits. We weren't able to get the timely hits. Otherwise I was really proud of the way our guys played tonight. Our first trip to the series, and we played very composed. We competed, played clean defensively, pitched it, had competitive at-bats, had opportunities to score runs, just weren't able to put a few more together, or weren't able to get that timely hit.
It looked like, first of all, the most crisply played game of the day, and also no real first-time jitters, I don't think, these days.
Yeah, I was really impressed with our kids' composure, and we've been loose and confident going through the regional, and that's what we talked about. Being here was to try to carry that to this level, and to feel like we belonged on the field, and that we had a good chance to win, which we did. Just as I said, just couldn't find a way to get a couple more runs.
Jason, I wanted to ask you about success in holding down the opponent's running game, because they certainly obviously tried to run on you today, and maybe they didn't get the memo the way you guys have handled opposing base stealers.
Yeah, it's not just me. I mean, we going into this year was a big thing for us, was working with our pitching staff on holding guys on, and one of the best guys to do is Matt Rogers, and we've been working with him for the whole year, like I said, and he just does a great job of throwing over 3 to 4 times, making sure they're off balance, and just giving me the opportunity to throw them out. That's the biggest thing is, if they get a good jump, then I still got a chance to throw them out, make a good throw, and we come down from there and try to keep the game in reach.
What's your take on the opposing running game as well?
Yeah, well, we knew it was important coming in. We liked the matchup tonight in terms of we thought we had the right guy on the mound against this team, both in terms of his stuff and his ability to hold runners. And Jay's been throwing well all year. He gives a lot of credit to Matt, which Matt deserves. And we worked very hard as a team, as a battery to hold runners. But Jay has been terrific all year. He's been particularly strong through the postseason, where he's just throwing guys out at a very high rate. He's very confident, even in the first and third situation. I reminded him to use his head in that situation and make sure that he felt that he could throw a guy out, and he very confidently did so, as we saw. So he's very confident right now. He's throwing the ball very well, and we're really pleased with that part of our game.
Coach, talk about having to come back after maybe 14 hours from now, play that second elimination game. What kind of special challenges is going to present to you getting your team ready?
Well, this group is we've done that a lot. We had a good ride through the regional tournament, but the last couple of years in our conference play, we've had to come out of the losers bracket, and it's been a resilient bunch. And so I'll expect us to come out and compete tomorrow the way we did tonight.
You're just going to start tomorrow?
Clocked.
These are the two guys you're going to want to talk to. Jeff threw a great game coming off the regional in New York. When I thought I saw him, I thought I saw the best baseball game, pitch game in my career against Portland. And today he was just as sharp. Despite giving up a couple of hits, getting in trouble here and there, our goal was for him to just keep us in it and give us a shot, and that's exactly what he did. And with Brian Del Rosso, our outfielder, known for his defense, that's why he's in the lineup every day. Unsung hero today. One of the reasons why we were on the winning end of the scoreboard.
Well, Brian, I think we're going to sing you here for a minute, because it was 3 hits and the game tying run and the big extra base hit to start that inning off. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I got myself with some good counts. Basically, saw I think it was a 3-1 count that I hit the double. So basically, I was just trying to make him work. Being a 9-hitter, you like to see pitches, you like to see some strikes, and got a good pitch to hit. Got it down the line, and was lucky enough to get a double, get the innings for it.
So, Jeff, tell us about your pitching outing. I received pretty high praise coming off of beating Cortland State, basically at Cortland, more or less, and then coming here and improving on it.
I mean, it's the World Series. You got to come and you got to bring your A game. And they backed me up defensively. I was a little shaky. My velocity wasn't really there early. I wasn't really hitting my spots. Left a couple balls up. And you're in the World Series, top 8 teams in the country. You pitches up, you make mistakes, they're going to capitalize on them. I saw that, giving up 10 hits. Luckily, I was able to bear down with runners on base. I got some good defensive plays, and made key pitches, and that really helped me out in the long run. So,
a couple big double plays behind you. One to end their their first scoring thread in the second inning. What's it like on the mound when they come up with the double play behind you?
It's huge. When you let guys on, when you give up hits, you put it on you as a pitcher. So anytime that your defense can pick you up, maybe a big double play, it's key. It's huge. It's a giant help. It's a huge momentum swing, and that's the best thing to get you refocused, get you back on the mound, nobody on base, and hopefully you can go out and execute your best pitches to the next batter.
Coach, talk about getting your team ready. You lost a lot of good players to the draft last year. You went out, 15, 20 transfer players coming in. How do you get everybody to start playing like a team?
We primarily recruit a lot of transfers. It's been our niche that we've had for the past couple of years. A small school tucked into the mountains of northeastern Pennsylvania. There's not a lot of kids that are dreaming to come and play baseball at Keystone College. But what we do is we're a very good school for a lot of those junior college kids and some of those Division I transfers that they want all the the D1 atmosphere. Realize that it's not always a great thing. Maybe they want to go to a winning program, and we get a lot of those kids transferring back. Downfall is we mainly have those kids for 2 years or 3 years, so we spend more time trying to get this team to work together, to operate together. Last year, I had the most talented team that I've ever seen. Obviously, with the 4 kids getting drafted and 3 more kids signed an independent contract, 7 professional baseball players off one team was unheard of. But we weren't a very good team, and this year's a little different. This year, we've got a bunch of gritty baseball players. We've got the right mix of pitching, the right mix of guys out there, and we're not as talented anywhere where we were last year. But this is a better baseball team, and we said that right from early on, coming out of the fall. Now, we may not put up the numbers that we did last year, but this team's going to go pretty far. It all came down to us working together.
How important was it to be playing in the New York Regional instead of the Mid-Atlantic Regional?
We haven't had a lot of luck in the Mid-Atlantic, and as soon as we got thrown into the New York, we knew we had a shot. And the reason we knew we had a shot is because over the past 5 or 6 years, we've handled Cortland pretty well. We've beaten Cortland, I think, 5 out of the last 6 years. Even though they beat us this year, we knew that at any time, if we can get on a roll, that this team is definitely one of those teams that can just keep growing. We had a saying going back before our conference tournament, before our regional tournament, is why not us? Why not this group of guys? And that slogan or that saying has carried on right up until today.
What's your impressions of the World Series your first time here?
It's amazing. Our guys were starry-eyed. So was I. For the first time being here, and these guys will tell you, this is a dream come true for me. This is why I go to work every day. I have opportunity to do this, but I think the most important thing is for these players. That's what really hits home with me. Giving those guys the opportunity to be here is what really matters. We have a lot of players transferring, like I said, transferred from other institutions who came from bad programs, and they wanted something different. And to give those kids the opportunity to be here and play in this atmosphere is what it's all about for me.
Jeff, your take, I saw your eyes really lit up and started nodding when we were talking about that.
This is just unbelievable. I mean, it hasn't even sunk in, as far as tonight getting a win as a team in the World Series. But I mean, you come here and you're treated like an absolute, a king. I mean, this is a great town. It's a great place, and I mean, my expectations it far exceeded. I mean, I'm thinking I'm a kid from New Jersey. Play baseball in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's the mountains. It's cold. It's not the most beautiful place in the world to play by any means, but I mean, you come here and how the town welcomes you, your host families. We have a great host family. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And Jeff played in the Junior College World Series a few years ago, so he even said it's a big experience, totally different.
And Brian, your take?
I mean, it's the World Series. You got to bring your A game. That's really all that can be said. It's the World Series. You know, it's amazing. You know, when we won it, when I realized we were going, you know, I was just so taken back. I just kind of sat there and just stared at the field. The dream come true, you know. So I mean, for a college athlete, you know, the ultimate goal is to be in the World Series, and we're here, so we're trying to take advantage.